What's the best food you can eat on a carnivore diet? We're going to talk about that today. Hello everyone, semi-retired Bob here. I talk about the carnivore diet, all things related to the carnivore diet, and miscellaneous odds and ends. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for stopping by. If you're wondering what you're watching, well, basically you're watching me walk. I know that doesn't seem exciting, but just a little under 2 years ago, I couldn't do this. I could barely stand for a couple of minutes without severe pain. Now I'm out here walking every day. I'm doing lots of other things, like cutting my own grass, doing all my own yard work, working out at the Y, going to dance class, which I just did last night, which is why I might be walking a little slower today. But the main purpose of this channel is to show you that it's never too late to change your life. I am almost 61 years old, and I'm doing things I couldn't do when I was 40. Why don't y'all help me out just a little bit? Go ahead and drop down in the comments and say, "Hi, Bob." Hit that thumbs up. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. All those things are absolutely free and help me get the word out that it's never too late to change your life. Before I get into this topic of the best carnivore food, I do want to say I had a lot of questions about Sunday's video and what that skillet was. I did finally find it because, as I said, I had a subscriber send it to me, and it's, I don't know how you pronounce it. It looks like Imarku, Imarku, but I put a link to it down in the description, so feel free to check it out. It is a non-stick cast iron skillet. I know all the cast iron purists out there are going to say, well, all you have to do is season it right and it'll be non-stick. Well, I apparently don't have that skill, because all of my previous attempts at cast iron have been failed. But this one seems to be working okay. But anyway, on to today's topic. What is the very best food for a carnivore diet? I'll take my cue from Dr. Ken Berry on this one. The best food for your carnivore diet is what you can afford to eat on a daily basis. I know I've covered this topic before, but there's always questions, and I know not everybody goes back and watches all 650 of my videos. So, and you know, realistically, there's only, what, two or three dozen things I can talk about without just, you know, being a cheerleader standing here going, carnivore diet good, like some people on the other side of the aisle will do with their way of eating. Because eating what you can afford, even if it's not the best food, it's still thousands of times better than that processed crap they sell in bags and boxes in the store. As Dr. Chafee has said, he calls it 3 classifications of food, sort of like the Olympics. There's the gold medal food, which is obviously grass-finished beef, grass-finished lamb, grass-finished ruminant meat is without question the very best food there is. But, as I have said many times, if I was going to eat every meal of grass-finished beef, I could only afford to eat 3 or 4 days a month. And then I'd have to fast the rest of the time. And you all know I'm not big on fasting for extended periods of time. That's the gold medal food. Now, the silver medal food, grocery store meats, grocery store eggs instead of pasture-raised eggs, all that stuff is the silver medal food. Is it as good as the gold medal food? Well, no, it's not. But it's still 1,000 times better than the stuff you get in the store. And you'll have to make this decision for yourself. Because if you look at the nutrition breakdown of grain-finished versus grass-finished beef, there is about a 9 to 11% difference. Now, is that 9 to 11% difference worth all that extra money? Not to me, it isn't. Maybe in your area the prices are different. But I call that the silver medal food. And then if all you can afford is the bronze medal food, which is, lunch meat from the deli cheeses, Spam, potted meat, Vienna sausages, that kind of stuff. If that's what you can afford, then that's what you should eat. Because making yourself a little roll-up of cheese, salami, and pepperoni from the deli, while not ideal for a carnivore diet, is still vastly better than any kind of processed junk you can get at the store. The cost of that stuff, while skyrocketing, is still not as expensive if you scale it pound by pound. Those processed frozen dinners or ramen noodles or something like that, you'll find that for the same number of ounces of food, the cost is just a little bit more, if not the same. And I would much rather have a couple slices of Swiss cheese stacked up with 4 or 5 slices of salami and 8 or 10 pieces of pepperoni all rolled up. I would much rather have that than a cup of those noodles. And the bronze medal food is still significantly better for you than anything else. So don't worry so much about what's the very best food I can eat. If you have the means to do that, by all means, go right ahead. But for those of us that struggle day to day just to make the grocery bill, by all means, eat what you can afford, because that is truly the best food you can eat on a carnivore diet. That's what I've got for you today, folks. Don't forget, get out there, be 1% better. Today, tomorrow, every day. Have a great day, folks. I'll see you in the next one.